The first ice cream cone was produced in 1896 by Italo Marchioni. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. He invented this ice cream cone in New York City and was granted a patent for it in 1903. However, the most famous story about ice cream cones was that a similar creation was independently produced at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair by a guy named Ernest A. Hamwi, who was a concessionaire there, and he sold some kind of waffle-like product that was from Syria, where he was from, I guess. And he happened to be next to an ice cream vendor, and the weather was, I guess, particularly hot during those days, and the ice cream vendor ran out of plates with which to serve the ice cream. And so Hamwi grabbed one of his waffles and rolled it up, like we would do like a cone is today, and let it cool, and then handed it over to the ice cream guy, and he said, "Hey, look, you can put your ice cream right in here." And that was really the famous story of I guess the waffle cone is what we would say, and so that was a product that came out of a necessity. He ran out of plates. He needed some way to be able to serve that stuff. Why is that important? Because you know what? The doors are starting to open for us. Governors are starting to relax the stay-at-home mandates. I live in the state of Washington. They just announced yesterday that we're going to be able to go back to going to the state parks. We're going to be able to go play golf again, although there are going to be a lot of rules that are going to keep us still social distancing, still trying to stay healthy, still not, because we just don't know what's going to happen. But things are starting to relax, and we hope that they continue to go that direction. So now, where are we as business people? Well, we have been going through a real serious problem for many, many businesses. A very bad time. Businesses we've had casualties. Of course we have, and large and small, and mostly small, I guess I should have to say. But one of the things is that we have seen these pivots, like this concept of serving ice cream differently, that came out of necessity. The old necessity is the mother of invention, and we've seen other things happen during the crisis where new types of businesses are born, or new ways of delivering products and delivering deliverables, I guess. The simple one is that, restaurants that typically would not have survived on takeout or take home food, they have pivoted to that into that direction. But we've also seen other things happen. Like, for example, Saturday Night Live had the last two shows have been produced in their homes, in isolation, where all the different characters are shooting videos from their homes, and then they're putting them together into new skits online. Now, the first one was okay, it was all right, but the second one was pretty darn good because they started getting better at it. And yesterday, I even watched a video with the Doobie Brothers, where they sang Black Water, all of them in their individual homes, singing Blackwater, and it was fantastic. Another way of creating music together that was really, really awesome. So here's the question for you. What have you learned? What have you discovered? What have you been able to develop during this, so that when you come out of this and your business is back to operating, maybe not completely normally, but starting to operate, that you have now got a new pivot. You've got something new that you can do, that you can deliver to your marketplace. Because see, most people are going to want to go back to doing things the way they were doing them. But you know what? That necessity, mother invention things, companies have grown out of the ashes of stuff like this. And new ideas, new businesses. And if you have been able to figure out a way to pivot, to become, to develop resources that are beyond the normal deliverable that you have, well, then you are going to be much more valuable to these people, because Everybody's going to come out. All of your competitors are going to come out. And if everybody comes out and just starts behaving exactly the way they behaved before the pandemic, then how are you going to win? It's going to be very, very difficult. So think about that. Sit down with your team virtually and ask yourselves, how can we sing Black Water like the Doobie Brothers from our homes? This is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad and marketing gunslinger. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back again next week with another uncopyable episode. Until then, always remember, be uncopyable. More important, be safe. Be safe. You still want to be safe. See ya.